Okay, I have here 80,000 Khmer Real, which is 20 US dollars. I'm gonna try and make this money last the whole day. Let's see how we get on. In previous videos I said that a cup of coffee in this town costs $1.50. Turns out I was wrong about that because this place sells a cup of coffee for only $1.25. Maybe this guy was right. What do I know? I can't even be trusted to accurately state the price of a cup of coffee. My whole life summed up in just one sentence, using only 7 words.
We're going to go now to the old market and buy something to eat. I don't really eat breakfast anymore, so I'm going to buy some of these tiny bananas they've got here. They're a lot cheaper and sweeter than the bigger ones. Please. $1.25. Our new apartment building has got its own gym and it's free to use. So I'm going to go and work out because it's free and it'll kill an hour. I'm going to take my daughter now to Angkor Botanical Gardens. My wife's not invited, she spends too much money. So the Angkor Botanical Gardens is free, but you have to pay for parking. It's 25 cents and there's no time limit. So if you want to feed the fish here, it is 50 cents for a little packet of fish food, and we just bought 2 of them, so that's $1 to feed the fish. And if you want to feed the ostriches, you can buy a plant for 25 cents, and we bought 3 plants, so that's 75 cents to feed the ostriches. Okay, so if you're ever in a situation where you have to defend yourself against an attacking ostrich, here's some advice for you. First off, you're not going to outrun it. These things can run at 45 miles an hour. However, you may be able to take cover either by climbing a tree or by hiding behind one. You also have the option of trying to hide from this thing, but these things have a crazy sense of smell, so odds are it's going to find your hiding place. If you don't fancy your chances on a one-on-one fight, your best option is just to lie on the floor and play dead. Most likely outcome is that it's going to peck at you for a while before losing interest. However, if you're a man and you're with your significant other, this option is potentially quite humiliating. If you've got kids, they may never look at you the same way again. If you decide to do the honorable thing and fight the ostrich face to face, Then the most important thing you have to do is to control the distance. The ostrich's main weapon is its kicks. You don't want to fight this thing at a range where it's able to use its kicks. Either close the distance and go for a takedown, or you want to use something like a stick to keep it at bay. If you decide to go for the takedown, you're going to have a hard time choking this thing out because its neck is like 2 inches all the way around. If your ground game isn't great and you want to keep the fight on the feet, then you want to circle to the side of the bird where it can't utilize those power kicks. Once you're alongside this thing, you want to use the stick to strike at the bird's neck. Or you can go for its legs. Imagine you're chopping down a tree and then when it's on the ground, smash its face in with a stick. Or, and this is potentially more risky, you can try and break its wings. If you're not able to smash its wings, then you're really leaving yourself open to being pecked. And of all the ways to die, being pecked to death by some mad ostrich has got to be one of the worst ways to go. Lunchtime. We both got the same fried noodles with chicken. This is one of the cheapest ways to feed yourself in Cambodia. The total for the food and the drinks only came to $5.25. No father-daughter day would be complete without a trip to Gelato Lab. The menu's in Italian, so you know it's good. Also, the other day I was reading about Häagen-Dazs, and it turns out that's an American company. They only gave it a Danish name because they thought the ice cream would sound more fancy. And the phrase Häagen-Dazs doesn't even mean anything. It's just two made-up words put together. I'm gonna head back to the old market. I said I'll buy my daughter a new dress. 70% of Cambodia's exports are textiles. They have over 1,000 garment factories now in the country, and they employ over 1 million people. So it's very cheap to buy things here made of fabric, like t-shirts, dresses, things like that. I'm never going to stick to this $20 budget with my daughter around. I'm going to have to abandon her somewhere. She'll be fine. Tiger Draft here at Beatniks, $1.50. This is one of the most popular bars in Siem Reap for expats. You can get a happy hour draft beer at this place for only 75 cents. You see, if my daughter was still here, I'd have to spend the rest of that $20 to feed her. So I've got $2.50 left, which means I'm gonna have to choose between food or more alcohol. It's 5:30 p.m. This is one of the best spots in Siem Reap to sit and watch the sunset and have a few beers, because the sun sets right between the two buildings in front of the bar. I'll tell you the name of the bar, but it's on Khmer. A can of beer here is $1. I'm gonna have a couple of cans and watch the sunset, which means that's the end of the video. I've spent $20 today, and it was a hell of a day for $20. If you see my daughter, tell her it was nothing personal.